In the strata of our mind, we have the conscious mind, where all the sensation, sensory system, and the physical body is active, which is the waking state. We have few different states of consciousness. This is called the Jagrat state, your alert, waking state. Your sense organs are active, your senses are operating, the analytical mind is active, and you can synthesize. Your intellect is active, that you can synthesize some knowledge out of this. This is the conscious realm. We are all in the conscious level. And then the impressions that you take from the conscious operations of your mind will be brought and kept in the memory. The memories are staying in the deeper part of your consciousness. If you take consciousness as a big, unfathomable ocean, it is much deeper than the conscious level. And this part is below the conscious level or deeper than the conscious level. It is called the subconscious realm. And this subconscious realm is a broader area where all the impressions from the day one of your life or the pregnancy time, from that time onwards, there are impressions which are stored. When the memory cells develops, it is stored there and it's there in the subconscious areas of your mind. And then there is a deeper realm than the subconscious realm, which is the unconscious, which all of you know. I am just mentioning it to actually frame it like a complete thing as an answer to your question. So when you get into the unconscious realm, the unconscious, you cannot get there, and that's why it's called unconscious. Normally, the unconscious realm takes care of the physiological activities. Why you cannot get there? If you get there, you can do some mischief there. Unconscious realm controls your heart. If you have a control over the unconscious realm, you can modify in any way which you want. And then you can actually really do some damage for yourself. So in the creation, the intelligence has set it in a way that you have no control over your heart. You have no control over your physiological activities. Well protected. Otherwise, as we ruin the world outside, we can ruin your inner system also. Or when you put off the conscious level, what will happen? You sleep, your heart stops, and then you are dead. As a protective measure, it is kept deeper. The conscious mind cannot reach there. But still, the heart is not stopping when you are sleeping. It is still working because the duty is there in the deeper part of your mind. It is kept there. And then in the olden times, the unconscious and the subconscious were considered the subconscious. There was no unconscious. During the time of Freud, he actually demarcated it. There are two different realms there. Then deeper than that is the superconscious realm, and there are different stratas of superconscious. So some impressions can be pushed down deeper into that realm. So in the content of your consciousness, in the memory, there is the content of consciousness is stored in your memories. So it is there. So when you are sleeping, what happens is you are going to bed, you are awake, you are not sleeping, you are waiting for a little time, you are giving rest to the body. If you are restless, you cannot sleep. So sufficient rest, when it comes to the level of rest of sleep, you fall asleep. Already you have crossed the conscious level. You are now in the subconscious realm. When you are in the subconscious realm, that is the realm where your memories are stored. So subconscious realm will get activated. There are many impressions there. And these impressions starts to surface. Your conscious mind is put off, but it starts to surface in the form of pictures, loose pictures, which is stored in the memory in the form of pictures, and it starts to surface. You cannot read it out because our mind is operating in a special format that you need a linear position that you can understand it, like a story format. Then you understand. That is why when you went to Vadavika and you came back, there is no sensation in it. So on the way I saw a dog. What happened? It was barking at me. So there is a sensation. And so there are a lot of small things in the normal daily life that you are holding. and keeping it in the memory. And when you are entering the level of rest of the subconscious, and the memory starts to get stimulant. That means your awareness is staying in the subconscious realm, and you are into the memory now, and the memory starts to surface. Or you are getting there in the memory area, and you start to read the memory, and it starts to surface in the form of dream. And these are loose pictures, but these loose pictures, you cannot understand anything. You need a connection between these things. So your mind connects it in the dream itself, and it makes a story form so that you can understand what's going on there. But the ingredients are there. Actually, in the dream, the ingredients are very important, and that ingredients, when the mind wants to understand the ingredient, it connects, it goes on connecting and create a format. For connecting, it takes something from your past itself, from the memory, and you create a story form there. And this is the dream.